Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and we're in Ottawa, Canada, here in front of the Parliament on Parliament Hill. And today what we have for you are the 10 things you should see and do when you come here to Ottawa. Now, what you should know is Ottawa, since it is the capital, for a town of under 1 million people, has really great museums that are better than your typical museums for a 1 million person town. But anyway, let's get started. The first thing you should do when you come here is go to the Byward Market. It's down behind the really cool looking Castle Hotel, Hotel Laurier. What's cool is, yes, there's the open air market where they sell fruits and vegetables. There's really great restaurants and bars there, and also great shopping. But it's just the feel of walking around these pedestrian areas, or safer pedestrian areas, down by the market, which is really cool. Also, if you're looking for cheap eats, which is sometimes hard to find here in Ottawa, that's a good place to go. And that's actually my favorite part of Ottawa, is just walking around the BayWard Market. The second thing you should do is come here to Parliament Hill. Look, we've got the Parliament and the whole complex here around us. You can see where the magic of Canadian government takes place. They do tours here, so you can check those things out. You can hear when they have their question time in the afternoons and stuff. So that's the second thing you should do. The third thing I recommend you doing, especially if you want to learn more about Canada, is check out the Canadian Museum of Civilization. It's behind here on the other side of the river. And in there, they kind of give you the history of Canada. They talk about all the ways that Canada has grown up and changed and evolved. And it is kind of cool because you get a real appreciation of the country. And also it has really a fantastic modern architecture. You'll see there's no squares in it. It's really kind of cool, okay? The fourth thing you want to check out when you're here is the National Gallery of Canada. Really great collection, probably the largest collection of Canadian and Inuit art in Canada, or probably actually the world. It actually is a really good testament to Canadian art, which we don't really, I mean, there's not a Picasso from Canada, but they do have some really fantastic art there, well worth your afternoon. The fifth thing you should do when you're here, and actually probably the people from Ottawa would put it a lot higher on the list, but if you're a tourist, you're gonna park your car and not wanna deal with traffic, is the Gatineau Park. There's a park over in Quebec, actually behind the Parliament is actually Quebec. You go in there, it's great for hiking, it's great for taking a walk. Well, hiking more like going for a nice walk, going to see the trees, having a picnic, biking in the winter, going skating on the lakes that are there. I mean, there's lots of green lungs all throughout Canada. I mean, this is a nature's paradise is Canada. And what's cool is here in Ottawa, they have their own one of the Gatineau Park. Take a bus out there, or yes, you can drive your car out there to take it in, and you'll see all the locals there. I mean, it's Saturday in the summer right now, and you don't see too many people here because they're all heading out there, okay? Well worth checking out. The sixth thing you should check out when you're here is the Canadian War Museum. Now, you know, when we see all these war movies, it's the Americans or the Germans or the Russians. What you don't realize is Canada actually did play a big part in a lot of the world wars and other wars out there. And the Canadian War Museum, which is that way, has a really good collection of, yes, the artillery, but also the stories and the histories of the families of the people that had to deal with the war. You know, what's it like being a kid during the war? What's it like being, you know, a soldier in the war? These kind of things. That's cool to check out. On the other side, you have the Parliament. You actually have the War Memorial, which is a cool memorial on the road there. Well worth checking out. The seventh thing you should do when you're here is go check out the Ottawa Canal. Basically, it's this canal that goes through the city, and the best place to go, especially for the views parts, is to walk down it. But when you go to the very end, it's actually behind it, kind of behind us here in the Parliament, and you have the Chateau Laurier, which is this fantastic hotel. If you know the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec, it's the same train company built these things to make these magnificent hotels, and you have a fantastic view of the canal and the hotel. Well worth it just for the picture postcard nature of it. And in the winter, what's cool is you can actually go skating on the canal, so that's kind of cool. The ninth thing you should do when you come here to Ottawa is go to Chinatown, go to Little Italy, and experience the multicultural food and shopping that they do have here. Yes, the BayWard Market is cool for some of those things, but going to Chinatown and looking in the windows and seeing the food and the people and the shops, seriously, straight out of Beijing when I lived there last year. Also, Little Italy, yes, sometimes I get a little homesick for my bigli con carne, my bigli with duck sauce. Guys, you can get these fantastic things here because Canada is very much a multicultural country, and Ottawa is no different in that way, because here in Canada, they don't do the melting pot, they do the celebrate the differences. So you were kind of promoted to keep your, Italian culture and your Portuguese culture and things like that. And they have that here in Ottawa. So go enjoy the food and the little shops that go along with that. And the 10th thing you should do, and this is more of a Canadian thing, is go eat a beaver tail. Okay, it's like this flat fried bread, sweet bread. If you ever had an elephant ear when you were a kid, it's kind of like that. Really cool. It's down in the BayWard Market. Yes, it's not just in Ottawa, they have it, but for me, it's the easiest place to get it, so definitely want to have some of that. And I'll be honest, there's other great things here. The Museum of Nature here, which is cool if you have kids to go see the dinosaurs there and all the natural history stuff, you know, the animals and their poses and things like that. And it is really cool. So I hope that helps you enjoy Ottawa a little bit more. It is a fantastic place, well worth checking out. Stop over for a day or two. It's 2 hours from Montreal, 4 hours from Toronto. Why not stop here when you're driving between the two? So I hope that helps you know more about Ottawa. If you want even more, 5 things you love and hate about Ottawa, 10 facts about Ottawa, 5 things you love and hate about Canada, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions. And bye from Ottawa, Canada, in front of the Parliament.
Bye.
Say bye from Ottawa.
Bye.